Debbie, and today I wanted to do a comparison video for you on a fragrance that was first brought to my attention when I watched a video from Cali Gent, and he actually did send us a decant sample of that. So shout out to Jesus at Cali Gent. This is a review and a comparison on Killian's Black Phantom. This is the decant that he sent us. Thank you very much, buddy. I've kind of been holding off on doing this video because I know that there's a lot of clones out there for this fragrance, and I wanted to be able to compare them for you and give you some options, because the Killian version is $240 if you're paying full retail for 50 mils. So it is costly, and so I wanted to be able to give you some options and let you know I've got 4 different clones here that I'm going to give you a comparison on. So if you're looking for an alternative to the real thing, you can pick up the best one that most closely matches the fragrance itself. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, a 1.7 ounce or 50 ml bottle of Killian's Black Phantom is going to cost you around $240. You can maybe find it on some discounts or some sales. I actually have seen it on Fragrance X. We bought a refill for the 1.7 ounce, and I want to say that one was around $170. So, can be pricey. Let's go ahead and get you the opening of this. Now, when you get the full presentation of this, it actually comes in a very neat, I think they call it a cofferette. It looks like a coffin. It has a skull on the top. Very pretty. Wow. As soon as we received this in the mail from him, and you can see I've maybe had it maybe a month, and we've given it some wear. And this fragrance lasts. The original lasts maybe 8 to 10 hours on your skin. It'll project for a good at least 6 hours. So this is a boozy, warm fragrance. There's some rum in there. There's some coffee in the mid. There is a little bit of sandalwood in the base. It also has some sugar cane in it. So it gets a little bit sweet, but honestly, sometimes to me too, as it's drying, I feel like I pick up on a little bit of a leather note, but it's not listed as one of the notes in there. So let me go ahead. The first clone that I'm going to show you, this is by Genre. This is Noble Soul. Let me turn that around for you. This is Noble Soul. We actually did purchase this. This is a 30 ml bottle, and this costs $25. You can find them on the Genre Parfums neighborhood in Facebook. And I believe they're going to be reopening their to buy in the middle to the end of the month. To me, just first sniff at the opening, this is a little sweeter than the Killian version. Similar, but to me a little bit more sweet. But for $25 for 30 ml, that's not a bad price for that. This next one, I've been getting some requests to do some fragrances and comparisons from Dua, D-U-A. So I actually have gotten a sample from that. This is their version. We purchased a decant from someone online, and their version is called Black Widow. Theirs is a little more pricey for a clone. It's $65 for a 30 ml. So let's see if I can. So I do get kind of the booziness from this. Let me just compare to the Killian's. Similar, but to me the Dua's one is a little bit more like alcohol-y or something there. It's not exactly the same. All right, the next one that I have, this is from Alexandria Fragrances, and I had written to them to get a sample of this. It's currently sold out on their website. They did say they would send me one, but then my husband actually had bought these decants. This is Alexandria's Fragrances version, and it's kind of hard to see with the lighting, but this is just a decant we bought from someone. Theirs is called Dark Night, and it's $45 for a 30 ml. So a little, it's kind of middle of the road between genre and Dua. Let me get you the opening of that. So to me, this doesn't have, it does have the booziness, but it doesn't have that, like the Killian's version is more well-rounded, more robust. It has, you can pick up those other notes in there. But the main thing I'm getting from the Alexandria Fragrances is that booziness. If you really like boozy fragrances, that may be a good one for you. Now I have the dry downs here that we'll get to in a minute. But at least in the opening, to me, the Alexandria has more of that boozy scent. So if you want something that's like Black Phantom, but more on the boozy side, that might be a good option for you. Now this last one that I have, and it doesn't have its own specific name, it just says Black Phantom, but this is from another one on the Facebook groups. It's called Attack of the Clones, and this is by Jake, I apologize if I'm not pronouncing this right, Sergato, and this is the decant sample that we got from him. Again, I'll post the links, but right now you can only get his through the Facebook group Attack of the Clones. So let me go ahead and give that one. So this one sits really, really close to the strip. In fact, I'm just going to give it another spritz because it's difficult to pick up too many notes in this one at all. It's boozy. If I compare this to the Black Phantom, the Black Phantom is just much more robust. It pops off the strip. Whereas this one from the Attack of the Clones, just it's kind of closer to the strip. I have no idea what the concentrations are of the oils in there, but to me it's, you do get that booziness, but you're not really able to, it just sits too close to the strip to me. If I'm going to wear a fragrance, I want it to project at least a little bit. I think that one would sit really close to the skin. But his are $35 for 30 ml. So again, kind of in between Dua and, between Alexandria and Genre. So let me go ahead and get you the dry downs here. Back up a second. First for the openings, Killian's. This is Genre, Dua, Alexandria, Jake Sargato. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. I'm terrible with names. Okay, so as I'm smelling all the openings here, this is the Killian's, and I'm comparing each of those. The Genre to me is sweeter. The Dua, I feel, at least in the opening, out of these four here that I have, I feel like the Dua is closer to what the actual Killian's smells like. Now, I'm going to do the dry downs for you. These have been sitting here probably about an hour now. So the first one I have is Killian's Black Phantom. Still very boozy, actually, to me. And again, I've worn this. This is a unisex fragrance, and it lasted pretty much the entire day on my skin. with some pretty good projection for like 6 to 8 hours. So this is Genres. The genre is still sweeter. Now I do know that there's sugarcane in the original Killian, so perhaps they're, you know, if Genres added some sugarcane kind of notes in there, theirs is just coming across a little sweeter. And this is the Dua version. So the Dua, again, it's been sitting here for about an hour. It's really close to the strip. Not quite as much even performance as the Noble Soul from Genre. This one kind of pops off there a little bit more. It's just more sweet. All right, so now the Alexandria. Again, theirs is called Dark Night. Theirs is still more boozy to me. It seems like it's heavier on that note than anything else. It kind of, and it's very similar, remarkably similar to the opening. So to me, that's more kind of linear. Okay, now this is going to be the Jake Sargato. Okay, so two things about that one. One, I'm not sure what the notes are in that, but it's not to me at all close to the Killian version. And for two, it's almost imperceptible on the strip. So performance wise, to me, it's not there. That's just to my nose. Maybe it would be different on skin. I'm only using the strips because then they're all going to kind of be the same. It's going to change with your body, your chemistry, so it may last different for you, but on the strips, it's just not having very good performance to me. All right, so let's give you which is closest on the dry down just real quick. Okay, so to me, on the dry down, the Dua is still closest. They are all, in my opinion, and again, these are 100% my own opinions. I was not paid for any of these ideas that I have. To me, the Noble Soul is sweeter. So if you kind of like the Black Phantom vibe, but a little sweeter fragrance, that may be a good option for you. The Dua on the opening and the dry down is closest to the Killian's scent. It doesn't have as much projection though as the original, and even I think that the Genres has more projection. The Alexandria has more of that booziness. If you would prefer like the Black Phantom vibe but more boozy, Alexandria Fragrances is the one for you. And the one from Attack of the Clones, to me, it's just the performance isn't there. So in my opinion, if you want the one that's closest to the original, you would want to get the Dua version. And again, that is called Black Widow, and it's $65 for 30 ml. So there you have it. Perhaps you've tried some of these, and you know, maybe one of these is your favorite. They are good alternatives to, you know, versus $240 for a 50 ml. Go ahead and put your comments below. I want to remind you, when we get to 400 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway. I have several new inbox fragrances that we're going to be giving away randomly. I'll give you those instructions once we hit 400. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that when the next video pops up, you're aware. Let your friends know, and I'll see you next time on Swift Scents.